What is up, guys? Back with another video here, and this time we're going to do a deck profile of my Buster Blader deck. I haven't played it that much, played it at my first regionals. It did not too bad, but just thought maybe some people out there want to know what's in the Buster Blader deck. So here we go. We'll start with 2 of Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsmaster. Good card. Can be targeted with Buster Whelp's effect to bring to your hand. The problem is you can't use Buster Whelp to summon it, because it's not classed as Buster Blader unless it's on the field or in the graveyard. And if this card destroys a monster in battle, it can take it from the graveyard and equip it to itself, and then it can send one of the cards that equipped from the graveyard to destroy all the monsters at the same type. So this is really good to say. I'd say maybe like a water deck. I'd say type. Yeah, water. Fuck it, why not? Then we've got normal Buster Blader. You run 2 of Buster Blader just because he's a really good card. Buster Whelp's effect lets you special summon him for your hand if you got him, so it's really good. And use the spell card to bring him to your hand as well from the deck or graveyard, which is good. Plus, when you get the extra deck cards in, it can really get powered up because Buster Dragon turns everything into dragons, so it just makes it so much easier for Buster Blader to start powering up, which is good. I play 1 Dark Magician because I like Dark Paladin. Dark Paladin I think is a really cool card. So I play 1 Dark Magician just so I can go into that play. So it's not the greatest. I don't use them all the time. It's just if I can, then I will. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I use it just for the Magician stuff because I run like a lot of the other Magician stuff in this as well. It's just really good to target. Plus it's a Pendulum monster, and if you need a pendulum to get, say, Buster Bladers or Dark Magician or stuff out, you've got a pendulum scale of 4 with him, so it's not too bad. And plus, if he destroys an opponent's monster by battle, the damage inflicted is doubled, so it's really good. I played 2 Dragon Pit Magician. This is a high scale magician of the normals. I use these to basically get any high level monsters out most of the time using Pendulum Call. So if I have a pendulum monster, a magician pendulum in my other scale as well, I can discard 1 pendulum monster and destroy a spell or trap on the field, which is really good as well when it's in the pendulum scale. And if I need to, I'll pendulum summon in defense mode for a wee bit of defense. So the other end of the scale is Dragon Pulse Magician. Really good card as well. Scale 1, so it just works well with Dragon Pit. Plus, if you've got another magician in the pendulum scale, as long as this guy, you can discard pendulum monster and destroy a monster on the field. So with both them guys in your pendulum, you can destroy a spell and a monster each turn, sort of thing, which is not too bad. I play 1 Oath Dragon Magician. He's a good 21 beater, really good to have in the field. Plus when he's normal special summoned, I can target a magician, pendulum monster, or odd eyes monster in my graveyard and add it to my hand, which is quite good. So if they send, say, Odd Eyes to the graveyard, if he ends up ever hitting the graveyard, then I can just bring him back with that, which is really good. 1 Wisdom Eye used to be 2, but with the ban list, it's just, he had to get dropped to 1. He is a good card, though. He is a really good card, because you put him in your pendulum zone, pop him, just so you can get at one of these guys. If you've not got either of the targets, you use it just to get another one, or even Odd Eyes. I think you can. No, you can't get Odd Eyes, never mind. That's the wrong card I'm thinking of. But yeah, he's just a really good card. Plus he's level 4, so good card to well have. So we'll go into the Destruction Swordsman wee monsters now. So we'll start with Buster Whelp 3. Really good card because it's a tuner. So it lets you go into Buster Dragon. Because when he's normal summoned, you get a target Destruction Swordman card. So that includes the spells and him, which is just really good. Because that means you just get, if you need a high monster and you've already got your scales, that's you're getting him on the field. And plus, I can tribute him, especially a normal Buster Blader from hand, which is really good. And also, if this card's in my graveyard and I control Buster Blader, I can discard, 1 Destruction Swordman card and bring this back to the field, which is really good, because I get Buster Blader out to use this effect, and if I've got a spare Destruction Swordman card in my hand, just ditch it to bring this back to then go into play, which is really good. I play 3 Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Quite good card. It's good for decks that use an extra deck, because you equip this to a Buster Blader on the field and your opponent can't special summon from the extra deck. So if, say, Burn Abyss, stuff like if you can get this first turn, that shuts them right down because they can't bring Dante or anything from the field. So then they've got to start playing their effects off, which isn't, it's good. It's one of these cards that stops certain plays. Like I wouldn't use this against Cosmos because Cosmo don't really need an extra deck. They only have it because it's there. So it's not too bad a card. I'd rather have other stuff, but on the field to equip. But he's a good card to help for certain decks. I play one Robot Buster Destruction Sword. Just with the ban list, I had to find stuff that would work well with the stuff, and I thought, why not their Destruction Swords? Because I can equip this, and any spell traps on my opponent's side of the field that are already active cannot activate their effects. So, say DDD, they're trying to play off their Swamp King effect to fusion summon. This card's, if you put this down, they can't do that. They can't activate the effects. Plus, if this card's sent to the graveyard for the turn that this card's sent to the graveyard, the monster that is equipped to, so Buster, either of these guys, will gain 1,000 attack points, which is just a real bonus. And the last Destruction Sword monster is Wizard Buster Destruction Sword. Another equipable monster. It's still quite. It's 1,200 is not too bad. It's there if you need it for game. If they've got nothing and you've got this in your hand, then you just play it and go for it. I can equip this to. No, never mind. That was the wrong effect. I can target a Buster Blade and control and equip it. Then the equipped monster opponent's graveyard can activate, so I'd use this against Burn Abyss as well, because you play this, they can't play off their graveyard effects, which is just really fun. Because that means they can't use, even if I don't have him down, can't read his name now, Dragon Buster, and they do get Dante out, if I've got this on them, they can't play Dante's effect when it hits the graveyard to start adding cards back to their hand, which is just really funny. I play one Performer Pal Skull Crobat Joker, just for the effect that summoning them, getting the Magician or Odd Eyes card to my hand, and then I can actually go into level 4, rank 4 plays because of him and Wisdom Eye, which isn't too bad. Plus he's a scale 8, which isn't too bad, but I don't really use him for scale. And the last monster is King Caballo. I only really use him when I need to, because when he's normal summoned or flip face up, I can target a level 1 monster in my graveyard and special summon it, but it's banished when this card leaves the field. And with this effect, when it's on the face up, on the field on the turn it's normal summoned, it gets returned to my hand. So it's basically this to get Buster Whelp, to go into play Buster Whelp, to then this to go to this to get banished, to leave the field, so then I don't have a 400 attack on the field. So that's all the monster cards. We'll go into the spells next. We'll start off with the main spell card, which is Destruction Swordsman Fusion. This is a polymerization of the deck. It's not too bad. It lets me get into the Buster Blader Destruction, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman Fusion, and Dark Paladin, which is really good, which is why I only play it 2, because often I can get the Buster Bladers out and they're going to be powerful enough to win, rather than having to fuse to do other stuff. So it's just basically polymerization for this deck. I play one Karma of the Destruction Swordsman, because when I play this, I target 3 monsters of the same type in my opponent's graveyard, so like Burn Abyss and stuff like that I use against. I banish them, and then I target a Buster Blader on my field, and it gains 500 attack, which is really good for that card. And this card's in my graveyard, I can discard a Destruction Swordsman card and add this back to my hand, so I could do this every turn, as long as I get a Destruction Swords card to destroy to the graveyard. I can just keep on bringing this back and keep on powering up, sort of thing, which is really good. I play 2 Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, just to get Buster Blader to hand quicker. As long as, if I draw this first turn and Buster Whelp, I'm sorted for the first turn, because I just go Swordsman, do that, Buster Whelp's effect, send it to the graveyard, get Buster Blader out, and I've already got 2600 attack monster on the field first turn. I play 3 Pendulum Call, just so I can get my Magicians quicker, just so I can get into Pendulum Summoning a lot quicker. I don't really like to Pendulum Summon, but with this deck you need it because they're higher level monsters and you don't play a lot of low levels. So it's just that good. 2 Dark Hole, because as everyone knows, I love Destruction. Destruction's a lot of fun, so I use 2 in this deck. Play 2 cards of Consonance, I think that's how you say it. Because Buster Whelp and Dragon Buster are both dragon tuners, this is a really good card to use, because if I don't need any, if say like I've got both my high level monsters in the field and it's just getting to that point where I need other cards, I'll use this to put it to the graveyard to draw 2 cards to then maybe get into another play. 1 soul charge, just so if Buster Blader, all my Buster Bladers are in the graveyard, opponent's got enough on the field, I'll throw that down, take a wee bit of life point damage to get them all back, and then just go for it, sort of thing. It's really good. 1 for 1, just to get Buster Welt to my hand a wee bit quicker. So just ditch it. I've not really got ditchable cards, but like if I pull Card of Consonance and I don't need it, just ditch that, get to Buster Whelp on the field. 1 Foolish Burial, just to send Buster Whelp to the graveyard. If I've got another Buster Destruction Swords card in my hand that I don't need, I'll just send Buster Whelp to the graveyard. Excuse me. To then get Buster Whelp back to the field, which is just really good. And 1 MST for back row. I don't really play it more at that because back row nowadays isn't a lot of problems, because a lot of people don't play a lot of back row unless it's a lower tier deck. So that's all the spell cards. We'll go into the traps. There's only 2 traps, which is Horn of Heaven, just to negate summons sort of thing, just if I need to, and Solemn Warning for the same sort of reason, just to stop effects or spell traps sort of thing. Those are only really 2 traps because you don't really want to be sitting with back row with this deck, because you just want to keep getting to your monsters and your spells quicker. So that's the main deck. We'll go into the extra deck. So we'll start with the main fusion. Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, a really good card, but there is a flaw to this card, which we'll explain. So it's a 2800 attack beater, which is just really good. And for each dragon type on my opponent's side of the field, or in their graveyard, it gains 1000 attack, which is just really good. But the only downside is, this can't attack directly. So if they've got a strong monster, you get this out, power up, attack, and then you think, oh right, cool. Next turn, they don't summon a monster, and you think, oh right, I'm going to go attack. You can't. You've got to sit and just let this sit, which is the downfall. But if their monster's in defense mode, this does inflict piercing damage, so it's just really good as well for inflicting a lot of damage. And the main synchro of the deck is Buster Dragon. I think really cool artwork. I love the look at it. I think it's just a really different card for the Buster deck. And not really a strong attack, it's more a defense monster. You're going to summon this in defense every time. So all my opponent's monsters when this card hits the field become dragon, which just really helps with this guy. And if I don't control a Buster Blader, I can special summon one from my graveyard, which is really good. And I can also, once per turn, I can target a Buster Blader on my field, and then equip a Dragon Destruction Sword card from the graveyard. And that's also a quick effect, so it's just really good because I can just start getting the effect of all the Destruction Sword monsters, and then that's it. It just stops playing, basically. I play 1 Enlightenment Paladin. I just think it's a really cool card, and I think it works well in the deck because I'm playing Dark Magician, I'm playing Magicians. I think it just works well with it. Plus, the effect. If I use a Magician Pendulum monster as material, I target a spell card in my graveyard and add it to my hand, so I can get Pendulum Call, stuff like that. Even like the Dragon Destruction Swordsman Fusion, I can get that back to my hand and then go for another fusion. So it's just really good. So, yeah. Then we've got an old classic, Dark Paladin. Really cool card. I just wish, I want the new artwork that I need to get for it. I need to get the actual new artwork for this deck because I want it. But this card I can discard 1 card when it's on the field and negate activation of a spell card, and destroy it. And plus this gains 500 attack for each dragon. So if I get both of these guys out in the field, there are going to be 2 powerhouses sitting on the field just for having dragons. So any dragon players might not want, if they say they're playing, if their opponent says they're playing Buster Blader, then don't play. And the last 4 guys are just sort of to have if I need them. So Stardust Dragon, just for the effect really of they're going to activate. If they're going to activate an effect, I can use this, destroy this to negate and destroy their card and bring it back. Plus, it's not too bad a attack as well if I really need to finish game and I've got the cards. Red Dragon Archfiend. My brother loved this card just because he thinks it's really cool because of the artwork in that. Plus in the anime, it was really hyped. So attacks a defense monster and pierces damage. Plus any monster that doesn't attack is destroyed at the end in the end phase. So it's just it's a good card, but make sure it's the only card in your field, because if you're sitting with these guys on the field and they can't attack, this guy's just going to blow them up. It's just not fun. 1 Black Rose Dragon, just cause it is a good field wiper if you really need it. Plus, if I'm going to target, I can target a defense position monster and just turn it back to attack mode, so it's just funny. Plus, it turns the attack to 0, so it's just a way to get to game quicker as well. And 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. It's a really good card as well, because I can destroy all face-up attack position monsters in the field when summoned, or once per turn, sorry. But the only problem is other monsters can't attack the turn I activate this card. So if I use it, I'm only getting him to attack. And that's it, guys. That's the whole Buster Blader deck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, because it's doing really well. I'm hoping to get higher responses, and your feedback is great, guys. Any comments on how you want the channel to be run, please leave in the comments below, because it will really help. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.